Wow. All right, today we are here at the South Point Bowling Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have two balls we're going to be comparing today. We have the Fantasy Epic by Swag, and we have the Phaze 2, the GOAT ball by Storm Bowling. We're going to compare the two, talk about a couple of different surface adjustments, and go from there. Here we go. I'm going to get right to the 26 board. No step. Just kind of get up there. All right, so I'm gonna move to the 30 board now. All right, moving two more boards left. All right, so we're at the 36 board now. Make sure I really stay through it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go right to the gutter. It's a little sticky over here. So we're at the 40 board. All right, so that's too far. We found the right side of the head pin, and that was at the 40 board. So now we're gonna inch our way back, board at a time, and then just kind of sit there and then switch balls, and then we're gonna back it up. All right, so we're at the 38 board. I think this is gonna be perfect right here. All right, time to move. All right, let's switch balls and do that with the Swag ball now. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the 25 board and see what this looks like. 26 board, that is. All right, so we saw a totally different motion from the get-go. Saw like the Phaze 2 picked up and overhooked, but that one held its line, and I don't want to say rolled out, but it held its line. Yeah, so just from doing a one step on the two different balls, I noticed that at the 26 board, the Fantasy Epic held its line a little bit longer. And so from the get-go, they look the same, but just tossing them, they do not react the same. And this is just in a drill. Again, when we start the full game, we're gonna put a fresh surface on them both and then bowl a full game with them both and just kind of compare from that perspective. But right now, I know that I can definitely rotate it a little bit more. There's no reason to move left with that ball. I mean, I even told myself hit up on it a little bit more, and it just did exactly what I had hoped it did, so that was cool to see. Again, the balls look the same, they do totally different things. So when you're looking for a bowling ball, obviously the paint color is important because that's what you like, but what's really going on is the core, the surface, the way that they're laid out, all those things can really change the way a ball can roll and shape down lane. So we're seeing that right now. No need to repeat that. We saw what that was, so let's move left now. And we'll go to the 28 board. Let's go to the 30 board. So we're going to the 30 board now. Okay, so it overhooked. I changed the ball speed a little bit, and I feel like I maybe missed left a little bit. So let's try to repeat that shot. See if we can get it out to the right. All right, so 10 pin there, but it went through the pins in a very similar line. It's more tame than I would say that the Phaze 2 is, and that's without even changing the surface. I know for sure right now that the Fantasy Epic has 2000 on it, and that the Phaze 2 has a little bit more of a lane shine. But even with the lane shine, the Phaze 2 looks like it's definitely more continuous, and it's going through the pins and driving left, whereas the Fantasy Epic, it holds its line a little bit longer, and it's a little bit more smooth off the spot, which is a good thing. You don't want, you know, every ball to shape exactly the same. You want to see a variation. So let's move left a little bit. Let's go to 32 board, see what this looks like from out here. Wow. So once that ball hits the dry, it hooks and rolls into the pocket. It does not want to go left away from the pocket. So it is a more subtle turn than a lot of the balls out there that are kind of skid flip or, you know, really aggressive. And this is just in a one step, and we're really having a lot of control over what we're seeing. So as we're moving left, we're still getting there. So let's go to 36 and see what this looks like. We may have to get the ball speed down just a touch. Okay, so that was the ball speed. We dropped the ball speed down just a touch, and once it hit the spot, that's when we saw it overhook. So knowing that, we can get the ball speed up, we can keep hitting on it, and see what that looks like with that same ball speed that we've been using before. So let's go back to the 36 spot. It was a bad release. That was just a funky release on my part. I'm gonna do one more. We're in the 10th frame here in our warm-up one-step game. But just to kind of show you the two different shapes at the ball speed that we're going at. Imagine maybe a smaller bowler or maybe even an elderly bowler that has that ball speed. You can still kind of see the shape of the balls, fast or slow. And that's what I'm kind of showing just within a drill. So as I'm getting warm, I'm kind of displaying how these two are different. And now I can back it up into a one-step and work on my drills, as well as show you guys a couple cool things with these balls. So we're gonna go as far left as we can, as far as we did with the other one, just for the sake of the video. We're gonna go to the 40 board, and let's really get around this. All right, so that ball at every part of the lane, we had optimal control of getting to the pocket. And that's the best thing I can say that I've noticed with this Fantasy Epic that I like, compared to a lot of the other balls that sometimes that are a little jumpy with me, especially in transition when the oil's kind of working against your favor. You need something that maybe can tame down the back end. And I feel like this Fantasy Epic is that perfect matchup. So good warm-up game. We're going to move to the one step now, and that is that.